As the shark gets closer, make sure you maintain eye contact and reach out your hand and lock your elbow. Then press your hand down flat on the top of the shark's head and follow through while pushing your body over and away from them.
So number one, most important thing whenever you're diving, and even especially if you do know there are sharks in the area, is to look around, show your awareness. That way you can see if a shark is approaching or coming into the area sooner, but it also shows the shark that you're paying attention and you are aware of your environment by, looking. They can see your head moving, they can see that you are an alert predator, and that kind of signals to them that you are a predator rather than prey. So snorkeling and diving in areas where there is a lot more, sediment in the water and it's harder to see, makes it a lot harder for you to see if there is a shark approaching, and it does make it more challenging for the shark to see what you are, see where you are. You want to also avoid any splashing that you do, so that excess noise of you splashing actually can signal to the shark that you are injured, or you're a struggling prey item, which you're not. You're a strong predator, so you don't want to signal to them that you could be weak, injured, sick, dying through that splashing motion. So basically, turning your board different directions simulates you looking around and can show the shark that you're not just like floating at the surface like a little dead animal, and that turning signals that you are showing that awareness, in that 360-degree environment. If you're gonna buy a board, make sure you're buying a surfboard that doesn't have a lighter trim around the outside of the board. You can see kind of like a border along it. That can be attracting to the sharks, especially if you have a lighter color. So if you have something that is white, yellow, bright pink, any of those kinds of colors, again, that higher contrast is more eye-catching to them and can definitely get more attention. Look into your local area, but some things just to be aware of and some examples to give would be, for example, the blacktip migration in Florida that occurs from January to March. There are a lot of blacktips that will come near shore. That way there is a larger population in the area at that time. And for us in Hawaii, we do have a population of large female tiger sharks that tend to come through August, September, October months. And those months, they'll actually come near shore to pup. So they're gonna be closer to shore, more likely to encounter people. If you are diving and you see a shark, the first thing that you want to do is actually give them eye contact. So show them the front of your body, show them your awareness and that you are paying attention. And then when they see your eye contact, they do respond to that and recognize you as another apex predator. If that shark is still confident in coming up and approaching you, you want to stand your ground. You don't want to turn around, swim, and try to run away really quickly. As soon as you turn and start to swim fast, it kind of elicits a chase behavior, similar to if you've ever run by your dog and the dog wants to kind of chase you, except this is a wild apex predator. So you don't want to turn your back, try to run away. If you have a smaller species like a reef shark approaching you, we always suggest that people use, if they have a GoPro pole, to extend that out, or if you even have fins on, you can extend your fin out in that shark's direction. So you're claiming that space, they can feel the water movement that you're claiming space towards them, and you want to try to use something like your fin or that GoPro pole because it is plastic, it's not your hands. So the hands on the smaller sharks, sometimes they're very flexible and they can turn really quickly and they don't respond very well to physical touch. With larger species, for example, a tiger shark, you will most likely need to use something else rather than just your fins. You want to try to keep yourself vertical in the water column, make yourself look nice and big, and then you're going to extend your arm out. And as that shark is coming up, you want to make sure you're locking your elbows and then push your hand on the top of their head and push over them. So you can use some nice force behind this. If you're going to try to hit them in the nose, you're very likely going to end up in the shark's mouth. So you're gonna miss the nose, you're gonna end up where you're gonna get cut in the teeth. So rather than hitting them in the nose, another sensitive area that you can touch would be alongside their gills. So you can, just jam your hand into the gills, show them, try to create some pressure. It is a sensitive area and it's gonna be uncomfortable for them. Shark populations are declining rapidly, and there's a lot that we need to do to change to help protect and save them. They are so critical for the health of the ocean as those apex predators at the top of the food chain. They're picking out those sick, injured, dying fish, and because of that, they're really maintaining and balancing out the entire ecosystem. We need to be better and kind of stop different fishing practices with bycatch, where all these animals are caught through commercial fishing, and a lot of them are just disposed of, thrown back in the ocean, not used at all. There are so many other things, including plastic pollution, habitat degradation. I could go on forever about different threats facing sharks, but we need to do things to understand them better, to minimize the fear that people have towards them, learn how to coexist with them peacefully, and really maintain them for the future, because our oceans will not be healthy and thriving if sharks are removed forever.